Hello again from my front porch. I'm going to try to make this one quick because actually I have dinner waiting on the counter that I just got back. I went to Smokey D's up the street from me to grab my favorite to-go meal. There is their sliced turkey sandwich. It's just really good, and most of the time it doesn't even need any sauce. It's just so tasty and juicy. But every so often it helps to have a little bit of sauce. It depends really on whether it's a fresh order or if it's the last part of the order that was already prepared. You know how that goes in a restaurant. But speaking of which, I have joined a Facebook group that has reviews of local restaurants, and I did this because I find myself increasingly in these conversations with my fellow Des Moines-ites. And people will start saying, oh yeah, oh, and then there's such and such place, and oh, this was the, oh yeah, did you try that? Oh yeah, and then they'll turn to me and go, have you been there? Have you tried that place yet? And I've never even heard of this place. Everybody else has already been there comparing what they got off the menu, and I've never even heard of the place. And so I'm like, you know what, maybe I need to figure out a way to try to, put my finger on the pulse of it and keep up with what's going on. So I did. I joined this group for that. But what I've discovered is there are a rarity of people who post things that are positive, a positive review. Most of the reviews that, at least that I've seen, are people complaining about a place. Now, sometimes the complaints are very well warranted, but there was one that was about Smokey D's. And it actually kind of surprised me because it just ripped them to shreds. That talked about how horrible literally every aspect of this person's visit was, and I thought, wow, that's I mean, everybody has bad days, and off days, but I mean, usually that if you visit a restaurant, usually it just shows up in this part of the visit wasn't what it normally would be. And this person claimed that they love Smokey D's. They used to enjoy everything about it, but lately it's gone downhill. You could use that descriptor for nearly every restaurant who went through 2020 and is trying now to get their feet back under them, most of whom are short-staffed, still trying to get staff built up, and they're having supply side issues too, that the resources they need to fully equip and supply what they would normally give are difficult to come by, and the prices are going up, and there's this whole litany of behind the scenes stuff that could be causing the reason why your favorite restaurant has been a little bit off lately. But that goes to the heart of what I wanted to talk about is we get so wrapped up, we get so focused, we get so self-centered and selfish that we evaluate everything else around us based on on just me. Now, granted, that's human nature. That's how we're obviously going to. But that doesn't mean that we have to just accept that. We just say it's okay, because what it does is it leads us to actually looking like a jerk. You might think, oh, I was in the right because I deserve blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe you did deserve blah, 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 but you came off like a moron in the process of doing it. So, the case in point, I was just at Smokey D's, got my food in there, probably, chilling on the counter, waiting for me to come back and eat it. But I went to you could go to the line where you order, but it was very long, and there was a crowded restaurant full. There was clearly some high school athletic team group that was there with sponsors and parents that were taking up a big chunk of the seating area. So I was like, you know what, skip it. I'm just going to go to the to-go window, and I'll get it and bring it home and eat it. And piece of cake. So I did that, got my order in, boom, 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 got it in, went over and sat down in a little area that they give you for that. Oh, sure. Just as I start my video here, neighbor across the street decides now it's time for him to mow. That's okay. He's far enough away, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's like you had all day and you waited until right now. Anyhow, God loves summer in Iowa. Anyhow, so I'm there and I go sit down. Well, then this other lady shows up, and she goes up to the register, and she places an order. I mean, she's just like a minute or two after me at most. And she places an order and she comes and she sits down as well. Now, I don't know what was in the order. I don't know how complicated it was. Mine was very basic. I mean, it was very, very simple. It was a sliced turkey sandwich and some fries. That was that was it. And so theoretically, mine should have been boom, 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 piece of cake. But I wound up being there for good. Well, let's see. It was probably at least 7 minutes. I say that because I had time to do a little Pokemoning. I had time to do a raid, which I know that's about a 3-4 minute process at least. And then I caught some other Pokemon too. So I had to be at least 7 minutes, maybe longer, but couldn't have been much longer than that. Anyway, and you know, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm glad it's taking this long, because the fact that it's taking this long likely means that when mine comes, either the turkey or the fries, or maybe both, are going to be fresh. That they obviously didn't have it piled up, ready to just scoop some in and just spit it right out the window. That they had to wait on one or the other or both. And so I'm like, hey, this is gonna be great. They're gonna be there. It's gonna be good stuff. That's my interpretation. This lady, she's sitting there and understand, she's waited less time than me at that point. Now, I don't know how much longer she may have needed to wait afterward, but she literally was on the phone with somebody else saying, no, I'm here at Smokey D's. Oh, I don't know, God, they're taking forever. That's a quote. Oh, God, they're just taking forever. Really? Really? 6 minutes at best. At that point, 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes for her. And she's complaining because oh God, they're taking so long. Really? Really? This is how you define and this is the kind of person that's going to get on a website or get on that Facebook page and complain that I went to Smokey D's and their service was so bad, it was so slow, blah, blah, blah. It was not slow. This is not a fast food place. Smokey D's is not fast food. Now, it is quick food, no doubt about it. They do a lot of pre-prep and they get that. But it's not a McDonald's. It's not a Burger King. You want that kind of boom, 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 go there. And I guarantee you, in most of those places, you're still not getting it 5 or 6 minutes. Especially if you do a special order. But still, regardless, the fact that she was complaining that it was taking so long, like she was so put out, was just wow. Wow, you are such a Karen. And it reminded me of another time, it's been a while back now, but another time I was in I was at Pie 5. You know, I know you're shocked that I was at Pie 5, but I was at Pie 5 and this lady had ordered a pizza and she was taking it to go. She wasn't eating it there, but they make the pizza, they call her up, she looks at it and she recognizes she's made a mistake. She literally says to them, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be in with some other toppings that it needed, that she'd mistakenly put the wrong toppings on it. I don't know the story. I don't know. But she admitted that it was her, and they're like, okay. And she goes, can I get another one of those toppings? To their credit, the Pie 5 people said, yeah, sure, we can do that. And they took that pizza away and they proceeded to go work another one without charging her anything extra. Now stop and think. They have just wasted all of the ingredients for an entire pizza and they're just going to toss it aside. Maybe they're going to eat it in the back, whatever. But the point is they're not going to make any money on that. But they went ahead and to accommodate this lady, they do that. And she's grateful about that. However, as they go and about the business of making the pizza the way she wanted, and it goes into the thing, she's standing there still waiting, and she looks increasingly frustrated, a little annoyed. She has her phone out and she's looking at it, and she's looking at the thing, and she's doing that fidgety, because clearly she's on a time crunch. Had she been able to just grab the pizza when it was initially ready and leave, she probably was okay. But now she's added an extra, well, Pie 5 gets its name because it takes 5 minutes for the pizza to go through the oven. And so she's added, again, another 6 or 7 minutes. Gee, it's funny how that seems to be the magic number. Anyway, but she's added just a few more minutes, and that seems to be the difference for her in terms of increasing her anxiety of, oh, I gotta go. Now, she never says anything, and she never complains to them, fortunately. However, her body language is clearly telling anybody looking that she's annoyed and frustrated because she needs to get going and she's waiting on the pizza. And while this is happening, another couple comes in and they're standing there. I assume it was their first time there because they're a little confused as to, do I go down this way to order, or this lady's standing here, what do I do? And the wife of the couple turns to this lady and says, have you been waiting long? And without blinking an eye, this lady turns and she goes, yeah, it's been about 10 minutes or so since I got here, and I need to get this pizza. I need to get going. Yes, it was more than 10 minutes ago since you got here. Probably more like 12 or even 15. But whose fault is that, lady? It was yours, not the pizza place. But this is not the message you've just given this other couple. This other couple has read your body language, sees you standing there, sees you annoyed, to the point that the wife says to you, have you been waiting long? And you say, I've been waiting for over 10 minutes. That couple turned around and left. Now, I'm sitting in the booth watching. I wanted to jump up and go to, but you know, they were already gone out the door. I don't know if those folks ever came back and tried it again, but they got the impression that Pi 5 is slow because of this other person who, whether intentionally or unintentionally, communicated to everybody else, oh, these people are slow. These people, when it was her fault. Oh, we see that so much. And it's not just in restaurants either, folks. It is every aspect of our lives. That whether you're driving in traffic, you know, people complain about, you know, traffic is so slow and it always goes slow when I'm in a hurry. Well, why are you in a hurry? Because I didn't plan enough ahead. I didn't leave early enough. I didn't give myself enough time. Whose fault is that? Well, it's obviously the other drivers on the road fault because they don't get out of my way. Can't they tell I'm in a hurry? Oh, we are so selfish. We are so selfish. Oh, you know, we need to, somehow, at least some of us need to start making a decision to try to stop acting that way. I can't guarantee I won't act that way in traffic, but I am trying to be more mindful when I go into restaurants that when they're having a rough day, when they're having situations where stuff is backed up and you can tell that the person is getting frazzled behind the counter, or the waitress or waiter that's helping you, or the, you know, whatever, you know, with Smokey D's now, when I got my order and they called me up, they said, here you go, would you like, and I could tell in the guy's voice, he's being nice, but he's like, would you like some sauce? And I said, yeah, and he said, okay, here, you know, and I can tell his brain is, you know, all over these different orders and trying to keep his arms wrapped around it. And so when I got it, I said, thank you, have a nice evening. And he literally, he paused a moment, he went, thank you, you too. Just a little thing. I'm not saying that revolutionized his night, but it was sure a lot better for me to say that than to get my order and go, well, thanks, it's about time, as possibly the other lady did when she got called up for hers. So I did my part. I planted a positive seed, and I challenge each of you, do the same thing. Don't be that jerk moron that they're all going to talk about once you're gone. Be the person who tries to make a positive difference. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to cause problems. It's not going to be the end of the world. In fact, it might even make you feel better too. Give it a try. Just find out. And with that, I need to go eat my food, and I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.